Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sebelum kami memulakan perbincangan kami pada hari ini, izinkan kami untuk menggunakan bahasa Inggeris kerana isi kandungan pembincangan kami adalah dalam bahasa Inggeris. Okay, once again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and this is our Npdl showcase. Our member consists of 5 members that will be led by Iffah Afiqah, Muhammad Shafiq, Nasrul Hakim, Danieal Hakim. Last but not least, is me, Iman bin Mazlan. Okay, next, for the synopsis of both courses, since we already know this is the collaboration between art and education course and learner course. So, synopsis for arts in education, it is the components in the course, namely visual, music, and movements, helps enhance their senses towards perception, appreciation, aesthetic awareness, creative and imaginative thinking through activities. Basically, the syllabus will be translated into elements of visual, elements of art in education. As for learning and learner, this course is offered so that students can understand individual differences in their learning processes and how a teacher could plan suitable teaching and learning activities for the student or for the learners. So every student is different. So in this course, we learn how to appreciate the differences and help the teacher to create a better plan for the student to learn. As for the big idea of both courses, it is the understanding how learning kit influences learners with multiple intelligence. So this is the point of similarity between the two courses because it is more on how to analyze the influence of learning kit in order to enhance the student, because since we already know that student is different from another, so how learning performance will be able to enhance the student understanding. Okay, for this showcase, we have prepared 3 essential questions that related for the collaboration. For the first question, what are the elements of arts that can be integrated in education? For the second question, how does art influence the student from emotional aspect? And last but not least will be why teachers should know the student's multiple intelligence profile in class.
Okay, for the first question, so what are the elements of arts that can be integrated in education? So there are 3 main elements of arts that can be integrated in the education. The first one is visual arts, the second one is musical arts, and the third one is the movements. So the second question, how does art influence the students' emotional aspect? So the first one, incorporating the art elements will enable the educators to create a learning kit to develop a conducive environment for the students to learn. So the second point, it reinforces the students' understanding as a fun and enjoyable learning session that will improve their emotional aspect. So for the third question, why teachers should know the students' multiple intelligence profile in the class? So it will assist educators in planning learning session that is able to accommodate all students' learning characteristics.
Okay, so under this big idea, there's also a learning kit that we've specifically included, which is this one is it is named as Let's Act with the Weather. Okay, this learning kit is under the theme of World of Knowledge, which has been aligned with KSS Art, and it is specially chosen for year 3, and the topic is year in and year out. So the first one we will look in to what is the learning standards. So the learning standard first is students will be able to listen and respond to the stimulus given, which has different types of weather, and the activities that are done in a certain weather that is based on the game board. Also, students are able to talk about the stimulus with guidance. Whereas the learning objectives, By the end of the lessons, pupils will be able to watch and listen to the video to grasp information before embarking on the game itself. And next, the students recognize how each type of the weather looks like. And the next is students will be able to identify which activities fit the weather best, and they will able to reenact the actions appropriately. Okay, we have included a song here, which is entitled "What's the Weather Like Today?" Okay, what's in this kit? Okay, basically it has like basic items that are important into how this game will work and will be played out by these students. The first one, we have the video as a stimulus, and we also have the dice that has two faces, which the first face is like a Running Man logo, and the second is stop logo, which the students have to stop when the dice lands on these logos. There are also player pieces, which the students are using it when they want to move from one box to another. And then we have the game board itself that has colorful and interactive animations, and also interesting choice of words that can trigger their excitement while playing this game board. Okay, in this learning kit, we have integrated the three of the main elements of arts. Which one is the first one is the music, which we included catchy audios in the video that will make them focus to receive new knowledge. For the visual part, types of weather are being portrayed as cute cartoons, as we've seen in the previous slide, on the game board to trigger their excitement. For the movement, besides reenacting the action involves in particular weather, they will move from one weather to another using their own player pieces that included in this case.
Okay, now I will continue on learning kit and multiple intelligence. Okay, the first one is visual spatial intelligence under the elements of visual arts. With the learning kit, learners can understand the visual pictures and action that portrayed by types of weather in the video and the actions involved for their learning. Next is musical intelligence under elements of music arts. The learning kit, the song included enables students to understand and memorize the action shown in the included video. They will perform by acting out the actions and singing through the rhythm of the song. And the last one, which is bodily kinesthetic intelligence under the elements of movement. Students will engage in the activity through the movement of their bodies by imitating the actions shown by each weather. Now, continue with the next presenter.
So next, I'll be taking part. I'll be explaining on the self-evaluation um, that we had gone throughout the learning, which is based on the 6 C's elements. Um, the first aspect is the character. When we accept feedback from lecturers and peers with excellent attitude. The second aspect in the 6C is the citizenship aspect, where we can become the responsible citizen and use technology in engaging with the social issues. The third aspect is collaboration, where students work independently in a team, which allows us to polish our collaborative skills. Next, the next elements is communication, where students will have effective communication through various social media between the members, helped us a lot in brainstorming the ideas. And the fifth element is creativity, where we organize the diverse ideas through electronic brainstorming and sketching and planning. And the last element is critical thinking, where we gone through an evaluation of biases, where we identify the evidence that forms beliefs and also assess whether or not sources are credible.